So anyone who's wanting to build a dual fin planer board and found the price to be too expensive, I know they run about $189, $150 for the vinyl ones, but I've got a design here. And first off, for the materials you'll need, I went 10 inches wide with the threaded rods. You'll need 3 of them. I went 5/16. Now you'll need to get a 12-inch rod to compensate for the thickness of the wood being 1 inch, so you have enough to thread your nuts on. So for materials, you will need 14 nuts, 5/16, 14 washers, 5/16. You'll need 5/16 eye bolt, and preferably have it 6 inches out. Now for this design here, you would go 28 inches long, and you make your cut on here on a table saw at 30 degrees. And for the holes that you have to cut, I went 2 inches down, 2 inches across, or 6 inches across, 2 inches up here, 6 inches across, and out the back you want to go 2 inches back. Still 2 inches up on this one, but 2 inches this way and 6 inches this way, so it'll throw it off center. Now for the front, you go 3 inches down on both sides. You want these boards 10 inches apart. That's what I prefer. Now for your eye bolts, I drilled 3 holes 2 1/4 inches up. Now for windy days, when it's rough water, you move the bolt to the front, and on calmer days when you want more bounce out of your lure, you can move your eye bolt to the back, your 6-inch eye bolt. Now another problem that people seem to have with their dual planer boards is tipping. So you can go to Canadian Tire or any hardware store where you have these flat rods. Now I went ahead and put some no nails and drilled 3 screws in, and what this does is when you're pulling away on port side, it keeps your planer board on the far left side down into the water. Now I did a little added touch a lot of people don't use on theirs. I put a flag from one of my ice fishing tools. Now for setting the line or your flag, you can take these eye bolts that are used for holding small plants and whatnot, and if you look closely here, I took it and bent it out. Now what happens with this is you throw your line in between the bend and hook your Dipsy diver. That's what I use on these guys here. Hook your line through there, so when the clip releases, your line will pull out and your flag will go off. Now sometimes it'll trip pretty easy, especially when you're using Dipsy divers, so I went ahead and used those same little brass eye bolts, and you put pinch your flag into there, and then pinch a little bit of your line into there too, and then pinch your line in here, your main line, and how many feet, 10, 20, 50, 100 feet down into your clip.